Hey there, routine of the Let's Grow Annual Challenge. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and today we're talking about physical growth. We've been talking about physical growth all this month, and we're going to do something I call the Lifeline exercise. A Lifeline exercise is just a timeline exercise, but for your life, instead of major historical events and things leading up to major historical events like wars and things, we're going to talk about and think about today our timeline, our personal lifeline and timeline. And I doodled one out since I'm traveling. I do not have my usual cardboard lifeline with me, and I don't show my real one anymore because it's huge. I took one of those two folds presentation boards, and I do my lifeline on that because I do each different area and aspect of my life, and I add to it each month. And I do it every year, and I'm still using last year's because it was a big deal and I made a big one, but I can't show that on video even if I had it here. It's way too big. I could take a picture of it, I guess. But I just doodled out since I'm traveling, and you probably can't see this because I used a pen, but it's what I'm going to ask you today is take a piece of paper, put the year you were born, put 2024, and then an arrow continuing, because we plan on living for quite a while now still beyond 2024. At least I do. But what's the Lifeline exercise? We look at our life and we map on it. And I like to do, sometimes I do it a little differently, but I like to do plus above the line, meaning things that I consider positive events, and negative below the line. So for example, when I was born, I thought that was a pretty big deal, so I gave myself an X. Then these are just different like highs and low points in my history from a physical growth standpoint. Since we're working on physical growth, health, and well-being, that's what we're thinking about this month. And those are the points that we're plotting and the events that we're plotting on that. So in 2010, when I had a sudden cardiac arrest, that went dead way below the line. That's about as low as you can go, is dead. But since I'm still here, it obviously didn't stick. So why do we want to do this, and what can we learn from this? Number one, it's just a self-reflection exercise that helps us look for patterns and milestones and things that have had an impact on us. And a lot of times when we have an event, when it happens, we have no idea the impact it's going to have on us. I know so many people that have had really bad health challenges, had super bad diseases, or been in really bad accidents. And some people recover from those things, some people don't. Well, what's the difference between the people that recover and the people that don't? And I'm not going to simplify this because each of us have our own journey, but a lot of it is our beliefs, our thoughts, our feelings, our mindset, and our choices after an event like that. Following my sudden cardiac arrest, I was extremely grateful to wake up from the coma and things and the freezing and discover, number one, what the heck had happened to me, because I had no idea. It was like, 1 second I was up, the next minute I was down, or the next second I was down and out for over a week. I was frozen and had heart surgery and all kinds of crazy stuff. And I needed to go to cardiac rehab. And one of the first things I did when I woke up was I said WTF, which was what my sister and my daughter were sure would be the first words out of my mouth. And they were out of my respirated, gurgly throat. But after that, I was like, I need to figure out what the heck happened to me, because the prognosis wasn't great for somebody who has an event like that. It's 3 to 6 years is your life expectancy if you don't make massive lifestyle changes. And I didn't focus on the 3 to 6 years. I focused on the make massive lifestyle changes. And that's exactly what I did. In every area and aspect of my life, I had to evaluate, reflect, and then make massive changes in those areas, because what I had been doing up until that point obviously was not working for me. Thought it was, right? We all think we're doing what is right for us at the time, but it clearly was a sign that it was not right for me. And it wasn't just one area of my life. There were several areas of my life. One of the major ones was physical. I was not eating right, sleeping, taking care of myself, de-stressing, paying attention to my nutrition, and all of the above. I was very out of whack and out of balance, which is when stuff like that happens to us, I think, was my wake-up call to say, hey, you're not done yet, but you better get your act together, because you're not going to keep going the way you're going. So today, we're going to look at our personal lifelines. That's our action item today. And ask ourselves from a physical growth standpoint, what are my high points? What are my low points? And what patterns or things am I willing to see? Because we have to be willing to see what's going on with us in order to fix what's a little bit broken, improve what can be improved, and eliminate some things that are definitely not good for us in our life. And I think on a subconscious level, we all know when we're doing things that aren't good for us, but we choose to do them anyway for that short-term fix or hit of dopamine or whatever it is, the brain chemicals we release, to really reduce stress, to make us feel better. We don't do things that we think are going to harm us to make us feel better. It's why people continue to smoke. It's why people continue to drink or do drugs or whatever. It's because they're focusing on that short-term positive feeling or no feeling instead of what's really in their best interest. All right, so that's it. That's all I've got today. We've got Ron's story and guide 2 of the Let's Grow Annual Challenge private Facebook group page, as well as a write-up on this. It's a little bit different. It breaks our lifeline into childhood, adolescence, adulthood, and then I personally would add aging, because stuff changes as we get older, especially for women. I don't know about you, but the whole childbearing cycle thing has had a huge impact on me physically and on different areas and aspects of our life, as I think it does most women. All right. Any questions? Hit me up. Otherwise, have an awesome day. And I will, of course, be with you tomorrow for another physical growth related daily challenge and activity. Have a great day.